Fire! My 10 crossbowmen released their bolts upon my command. The hours of training paid off. All 6 of the charging knights' horses went down. The knights were trapped under their mounts or lay broken on the ground from the sudden deceleration. My 21st century tactics in this 8th century were saving my adopted people. These were more like 14th century tactics, but who was counting? What was I, Jim Fletcher, a farm boy from Ohio who had died at the age of 92 in 2010, doing in the body of a 24-year-old baron in 8th century Cornwall? I think it is Cornwall, but there are some differences from the Cornwall that Dory and I knew. Not differences in culture, that was to be expected, but geographical differences. I had no idea why I was here. The action continued as I mused about what was happening in front of me. Contrary to war leaders of the time, I did not stand on the front lines, but commanded from the rear. It wasn't far from the front, and I was protected from the main charge, able to command the entirety of my small army. Well, band. A small band. My crossbowmen were trained to aim for the horses. Armor for horses wasn't yet in use. Heck, this was before stirrups were in use. Even the knight's armor was rudimentary compared to later versions. The real Romans had better armor 500 years ago. Chain and plate mail was in the future. This armor was similar to bullet-resistant vests from my time. Flat pieces of metal in leather pockets. 50 yards behind the knights were the attacking baron's footmen. At the start of the battle there were 40 of them. Now some were running from the field as the knights went down. I had only 25 men to counter their army, but at least they weren't running from the field. Per the plan, the fastest 10 of my footmen charged into the fallen knights and finished the job with warhammers. Shooting horses and using sledgehammers to beat people to death may not seem sporting, but this didn't pretend to be. It was war, and I knew war all too well. From World War II to Viet Nam, I had been there. Now that I'm here, will I change history so much that those events never happen?